neurodivergent. Okay, scratch 7mm. All righty. Not quite sure where you got that one from. Tick Kid, scratch 7. Quick invite. Uh-oh. You can try to co-host with another creator to make your life more fun and let more viewers get to know you. Yeah, no. Suri, how are you doing today? Ed the boy, what's going on? Okay, I'm back, by the way. Texas manages new begging clips. Cool. Hi, I like your fish tank. Thank you, thank you. Just getting ready to get warmed up here. What do we have over here? What do we have over? What? Oh, we have here. Here we go. Bursad, coaster guy. Mike TV, New Jersey. Blessed D-Hop. This guy meme coin. Nick Page, what's going on? Orlando, what's happening? Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. Let's get ready to roll. What do we have here? I have some tea. Ooh. That'll work. All right, so we don't need this here anymore. Let's get rid of my fishies. Bye, fishies. Yahoo Finance. We're going to go to Yahoo Finance. Awful Madden plays. Just get Harvard Tesla gives you 52% dividend and call it a day. Well, I'm terribly sorry, but Tesla doesn't have any dividends at all. Sam Hyde, how are you today? How did I do last week? Would you believe it or not? I haven't even checked. Sam Hyde. James, I'm a high-risk investor. Give me some bangers that will flip my account in a week. Terribly sorry, dude. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay? What I'm looking for is simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. So if you're looking for 1% a week, I can help you out with that. If you're looking to flip your account in a week, no, sorry. You're in the wrong place, dude. But I do appreciate your input. Okay, what do we have here? Amir, good evening. Shoot. Luke. Esoteric man. Cool. Mary June. Good evening, Mary June. Jay Dunn. Jesus loves you, brother. You're never alone when you have Jesus by your side. Well, alrighty then. Thank you for sharing that. Mary June, good evening. Bullish. Do I have... Wait a minute. Bullish. Do I buy back in at 69? Okay, Alpha, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay? I'm a junior now in high school. Alrighty then. Bill Nye looking, alrighty then. Alrighty. Can you say alrighty? Alrighty. You look like Bang Chan from Stray Kids. Never heard that one before. Alrighty then. Let's keep on rolling. It's a stock, sir. I'm not quite sure what. All right, what else do we have over here? XRP, that's just going to be a big fat no. Hey, James, the Zoom link is wrong. Is it really? The Zoom link is wrong? Copy invitation, that works. Go over to you guys, go over to audience. Okay, there's one. Give me a couple seconds, gotta resend the Zoom link. Someone said it was wrong. Paste, there's 2. And I got 4 full pages. James, my grandpa is named James. Well, alrighty then. Got 2 more pages. There's 1. Come on, there he goes, and 1 more to go. Okay, 1 more to go, and then we'll be done with that. BLSH, what is that? Say Team Fortis 2. Team Fortis 2. What the heck does that mean? It's BLSH. BLSH. We're going to check on that in 1 second. One more. I got one more to throw up, and that will be it right there.
The link works. Thank you.
The link works. All right. All righty. Sorry about that. Looks like he beats. Oh, that's freaking disturbing as hell. As we're getting on, he just be streaming somewhere else. What is that? Begging clips, find another. No idea what it means. He lame if he doesn't say hi. Okay, I said hi. I say hi to everybody. Ed the Boy, Texas, manages new begging clips. Got that one. Ed the Boy, Tex, got that one. Got that one. WYDTY. I have no idea what that means. James, do you think you're related to George Floyd? Why would you even ask a stupid question like that? He didn't say hi to me. Oh. Hate, what's going on? Okay, he's just ignoring me. Okay, hey, James, say hi to Nate. Hey, Nate. He lame if he doesn't say hi. Okay, Nate, thank you for that. He just streaming elsewhere. Yes, I am. Because we're getting ignored. No, you didn't say it. Yes, I did. I'm not even going to bother with you. Okay, you seem like a nice guy. Wanda, good evening, Miss Wanda. Can you shout out to my friend? It's his birthday. Happy birthday. Chase, nope. Yo, blue or red. I have no idea what that means. Okay, Chase, no shout outs. Thank you. Xerox, shoot, wants to take a look at Xerox today. Xerox, is that XR something? I forget what that is. James, they are trolling. They're always trolling. Do you think Tiger Woods is a better golfer? No idea. Don't know. Don't care. XRT, a fat no. I don't do XRP. Sorry. It doesn't have any dividends and it doesn't have a product behind it. Okay. Chase is trolling. Okay. James, do you pay Yahoo a monthly premium to get dividends? No, I do not. Did you just say 67? No, I did not. Booty, okay. Aerotight, yes or no? Aerotight, never heard of him. He doesn't know what TF2 is, guys. We are cooged. What the heck does cooged mean? Okay, you guys are disturbing. Red Cricket Chat, you might need a YouTube moderator. I do need a YouTube moderator, that much I do know. You look like Felix from Stray Cats, thank you. Sir, what is the political crime? I don't do, okay, whatever. Thank you. XRP is amazing. I've made 14,000 off of it. I can be, okay, whatever. All right, Robert, we'll chat. Okay, AutoZone, I don't do AutoZone. Okay, I don't do stocks over 300 bucks. Camera needs to be adjusted. Does it really? What are we looking at? Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, that really needs to be adjusted. There we go. How's that? That better? Looks better. All right. Lovely. Well, let's keep progressing forward. Let's get rid of this. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. That's what we did there. Let's go here. That's not Yahoo Finance. I want Yahoo Finance. Scout Fan. All right. Here we go. Ooh, Lemonade wants to take a look at Kohl's. Didn't Kohl's get bought out already? James, WTF is that in your history? I have no idea what you're talking about. What did you do to get to see Yahoo dividends for free? I tried it and it was a monthly premium. Okay, 67 Mustang. Gotta love it. Yo, hi from New Orleans. Flashing. People are just being mean to you. Yep, they probably are. All right, so I'm just going to start ignoring YouTube, and I feel bad for the people on YouTube that actually want to get some answers. that actually want to ask some questions and are basically decent people, because there's a couple of turds out there in the world. There always are. James, it's amazing he actually got me into the stocks and got out for good. Okay. Ciao from Italy. Buongiorno. Okay, so Lemonade wants to take a look at Kohl. So let's pull up some Kohls. All right, while they were doing that, let's go over to Kohls. Well, we don't want that. Kohls, KSS. First and foremost, let's get rolling. Get rid me a pair of glasses so I can see what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. Okay, so here we are. Wow, looking at Kohls. If, of course, you like Kohls. All right. Now, for those of you who don't know, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Take you along for the ride so you can see exactly what I'm doing for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if you're here looking for a stock tip that you're going to make your retirement so you can quit your job and say, hey, I'm rich now, you're in the wrong place. I'm terribly sorry. I'm 61 years old. I'm retired. I'm not looking for stocks to shoot through the roof. Terribly sorry, I'm not. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. I'm looking for cash flow. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. I invest in dividend stocks specifically. Dividend stocks have increased their profitability for at least a minimum of 2 decades. That's 20 years for those who don't know what a decade is. 20 years. Now, the stock market's been around for 400 years, so 20 years shouldn't be that difficult. Let me help you out a little bit. Dividend Kings. These are companies that have increased their profits for 5 decades. That's a half of a century, 50 years. Dividend Aristocrats. These are companies that have increased their profits for a quarter of a century, 25 years. And then we have the Dividend Champions. Also, 25 years of increased profitability. They have a little bit less stringent rules than the aristocrats do, but still, 25 years of increased profits. And then we're going to throw in the Dividend Contenders. These companies have increased their profits from 10 years to 24 years. Not quite making the Dividend Champions list, but fifth, just for the fun of it, let's come up with list number 5. Let's look at Warren Buffett's list. Because, we all like Warren. If it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. That's the way I look at it. That being said, let's get in. Let's get started. Let me show you how this thing all came about. First and foremost, I started this trading strategy when my 9-year-old daughter says, Daddy, what are you doing? 2008. This was quite a while ago. Was it 17 years ago, something like that? 2008, she says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Now, a 9-year-old little girl wants to learn how to trade stocks in the stock market. Most adults don't get it. They don't understand it, or they're not very good at it. But here's my 9-year-old daughter wanting to learn how to trade stocks. Okay. So I had a challenge. It had to be simple. It had to be safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So that's the 5 criteria: simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. I had to come up with some rules so that she didn't lose and everything was happy, so to speak. So rule number 1, if it's not on the list, it's a no. Absolute, that's a no if it's not on the list. Now, what do I mean by the list? Well, every week we're going to check in a few minutes. As a matter of fact, let's just check right now, because we check every single week to find out exactly how many stocks are there every single week. Now, for that, I like to use FinViz, financialvisualizations.com. So what I want to look at right here, the screener, and this is the number I want right here. Last week, there was 10,321. Well, this week, there's 10,340. That's a lot, 10,340. But here's the thing. I'm only interested in about 300 of them because that's about all that fit the criteria in which I'm looking for. So let me be pretty plain, pretty blunt, and pretty specific. Consistency of profitability and weekly options. There's only about 300 of them. Those are the only ones I'm interested in. Okay? Next, let's get out of that one because we don't need that anymore. There we go. All right, so 10,340 different companies to look at. I have two criteria and only two: consistently profitable and weekly options. That's it. It's not that much to ask for. If the company's consistently profitable, yeah, I want to take a look at it. But it's got to have weekly options, or no, that's a no. Okay? I like things simple, I like things safe, I like things predictable, and I like things consistent. Like I said, I'm 61 years old. I don't have the luxury of being wrong. So if you find something that you're all excited about and you think it's the next thing to shoot to the moon, yeah, you have fun with that. I have no interest in it whatsoever. Sorry. Okay? No such thing as a hot tip for me, because stocks I look at have aged to them 10, 20, 30 years. All right, so what we're going to do is you guys going to give me some stocks to take a look at it. I'm going to take a look at them. I'm going to give you my opinion, and then we're going to go from there. Not everything is going to be a yes, because I'm very particular on where I put my money. I'll take a look at whatever you want, and I'll give you my opinion. You might not like it. Eric, Australia Painter. Good evening to you, Garrett. I invested in Kotex. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty close to it. All righty then. Chief Coin, how are you doing? Austin Martin, interesting. Gold, I don't do gold, sorry. Nasal, never heard of it. So Alpha, this is the third time you asked me about BLSH. Hold that thought. Okay? Now you guys over here sit. Okay, say that again.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. What were you saying? All right. He's over here talking. I can't quite hear what he's saying. All right. Eric and Eric. A, B, and B. Okay. What is A, B, and B, Eric? What was that? All right. I get a lot of feedback from you guys over here.
Weekly options, Airbnb.
Ah, Airbnb. Now, let's take a look at it. Okay, I had to mute you for a second because I'm getting too much feedback. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, so Airbnb, we'll take a look at that after we finish up with Kohl's. All right, so sit tight for a second. All right, now I look at the same thing over and over and over again, and it's always 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. That's it. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Does it make sense? Let's see what we got. Well, we're looking at Kohl's at the moment, and the very first thing I always want to see is the 1-year chart. I want to have a good idea of where is the high for the year. Well, it was a couple of weeks ago. Where's the low for the year? Well, it's a couple of months ago. What is the overall movement? So let's check the overall movement. Are we ready? Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. I need my little pen. Here we go. Whee! Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Sideways, down, up. Well, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Before we get all excited about the sideways, down, up scenario, let's see what the numbers look like. Because we got 5 rules. Rule number 1, if it ain't on our list, it's a no. If you don't want to hold it for the rest of your life, no. That's rule number one. If you don't want to hold it, no, just don't buy it. Okay, if you don't like it, don't buy it. If it doesn't make sense, don't buy it. Rule number two, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And yes, it is a game. It is. It's an adult game, and it has adult responsibilities and adult, what do you call that? Adverse, I don't know what it was. Consequences. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Rule number three. This is a good one, and this one boggles my mind the most because you will see as the night progresses that nobody, well, not everybody, pays attention to it. Rule number three, make sure the company is consistently profitable. There will be people asking me to take a look at stocks, and you'll be hearing me saying, what the hell were you thinking? Because the numbers don't lie. Either the company's consistently profitable or it's not. It's actually that simple. You give someone your money and it's like, hey, are you going to do a good job with the money that I'm giving you or are you not? It's actually that simple. They're either profitable or they're not profitable. Simple. Rule number four, weekly options only. Now, when I say I want weekly cash flow, it means I have to have something that can buy and sell on a weekly basis. So weekly options, yeah, they expire every Friday. So I trade weekly options. And if it doesn't have weekly options, I'm staring at this stupid thing right here all day long. And no, I do not want to sit in front of my computer all day long. 5 or 10 minutes, that's it. 5 or 10 minutes, that's all I want to take a look at. So, big number on the board, 1377, 1377, 1377, 1377. What do you think? What do you think? The last trade on Friday was 1377. Now, the closest strike price, if you don't understand that, just sit tight for a little bit and everything will come into view and everything will make sense before the night is over. If I'm buying it at 1377, the closest strike price, strike price is going to be 14. And that is selling for 50 cents per share. Now, 1% of 1377 is 13 cents. But the market maker is offering 50 cents. That's close to 4%. Well, I'm pretty good with 4%. I don't know about you, but I do it on a weekly basis, which means I want to buy the stock, I want to sell it to someone else for the same price I just paid for it, and then pick up 1, 2, 3% every single week. Why not? If I can buy this at 1377, sell it at 14, pick up 50 cents per share, that's more than 1 or 2%. So let's actually see what it looks like. So we did step one, take a look at the chart. We did step two, take a look at the numbers. Now we're going to do step three. Step three is to dive deeper into the chart because that chart right there doesn't tell me whether or not I should buy it tomorrow. Also, it's telling me what's the high of the year, the low of the year, and what's the direction that it's currently going. Well, to find out, or better yet, to get a better idea of where do I think it's going to be by this coming Friday, it's only 5 days away. I want to take a look at the 90-day chart, the 30-day chart, maybe the seasonality chart, and what are they telling me? Now, anytime I look at a chart, it takes me anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds. Well, I'm looking for 5 things. So how can you find 5 things in 3 to 4 seconds? Well, let me show you. Okay, you ready? High, low, was, is. That's it. Not that difficult. So let's take a look at the numbers. A year ago, Kohl's was at 2024. Bottomed out. Look at the bottom we have here. That looks like 5 or 6 times. 5 or 6 times right here. Would not go below $6. So your bottom is 6 and your top is 20. Okay. Now, look at the slow progression from the beginning of April all the way to where we are now. That's lovely. You can't really count that. That's an anomaly. That doesn't happen all the time. Look at the volume. See this blue line here? All that volume. Okay. for some strange reason, in July, okay, the stock was at $10 right here. And then for some strange reason, the market maker says, you know what? I think I'm going to open up at 20, which is exactly what the market maker did. He opened up at 20 the very next day. 100% increase in one day, overnight, as a matter of fact. Because she closes here. Let's zoom in a little bit closer, the last 30 days. Okay. Here's the 21st of July. The market closed at 1042. The very next day, what is the reasoning for it to open up at 1976? Well, maybe, just maybe, see who finds this funny. Maybe the market maker was feeling very patriotic that day. Okay, it was at 10. He says, you know what? I want to open up at 1976. Patriotic, yay. Why? Why was the big jump? How's this for an answer? Don't know, don't care. Because there's nothing we can do about it now. It already happened. What does it have to do with where we are now? All right, well, where are we right now? The 17th is right there. Okay, so this is the last 30 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion, up, down, up. Interesting, right? Well, where's the bottom? Well, we have a new bottom right here at 11. So it goes from 11 up to 1450. 11 to 1450. That's $3.50. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, does it? But $3.50 on an $11 stock, that's over 30%. That's a 30% increase right there in 1 week. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 1 week, 30% increase. So what do you think is going to happen next? Well, it could be Friday already started the pullback. Could be. Because this thing jumps up 30%. I don't know about you guys, but if a stock jumps 30% in 1 week, I'm taking a profit. I take my profit. What happens to the stock? Stock drops. So is it the right time to jump into Kohl's today? Or I should say tomorrow? I don't know. Do you like Kohl's at 1377? Well, let's say you do like Kohl's at 1377. Let's see what it looks like. Let's get rid of this. Now, in this situation, I would probably do the 1350s. Only because it's a safer trade. So let's get out of there. Let's do covered call. Let's do the 1350s. That doesn't look right. All right, well, let's see how it plays out. One contract. Now, when I tell people a contract, that comes to 100 shares. So in order to do a covered call, now if you don't understand what a covered call is, there are literally hundreds of videos explaining how to do a covered call. Simply put, you buy 100 shares of stock and then you sell somebody the rights to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date. So if I'm buying it here, 1377, and I'm going to sell it for 1350, I'm losing 22 cents, right? So if I'm losing 22 cents, let's get rid of this thing for a second. Okay. So if I'm losing 22 cents here, because remember, I'm buying it at 1377 because that's the price here. Means I'm losing 22 cents. But if I sell the 1350s, I'm collecting 70 cents. So that means I'm only walking away with 48 cents. Think about that. 48-cent profit. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but just sit tight. 48-cent profit on a $13 stock, $14 stock. That's over 3%. Now, the strategy, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, creative for a 9-year-old. I'm not looking for huge profits. I'm looking to get in, get out, make a 1 or 2% profit in 10 minutes. That's it. I got better things to do. Okay? I do. I got better things to do than sit in front of the computer making money. Because at some point in time, diamonds lose their luster, gems refuse to shine. Money no longer has the meaning as you're older as it did when you were younger. It is what it is. All right. So anyway, let's do this one. Confirm and send. Here it is. Buy one covered call of Kohl's 100. That's the weeklies. 22 August 25. That's this coming Friday. That means this option trade expires this coming Friday. The 1350 call option against the stock at the market to open to open. Profit $45. Investment 1305. $1,300. Now it doesn't sound like a lot, does it? Okay, because I'm investing $1,300 and I'm only making $45. Well, let's see what that number looks like. $45. Oops, clear that. Uh-oh. Oops. Well, let's try this one more time. Calculator. Okay, $45 divided by 1305. A grand total of 3.4%. So what do I have going for me? You ready? Well, number one, do I like Kohl's? Now, we did a lot of Kohl's last year, okay, in the beginning of this year, and we made a lot of money off of Kohl's. And then Kohl's got bought out. Well, now they just started paying new decent premiums. Now, if I'm going to buy it at $13.77 and sell it at $13.50, well, if the stock goes up, I make my money. If the stock stays the exact same, doesn't move anywhere, I'm making my money. If the stock goes down a little bit, 22 cents to be exact, I'm still making that money. How much am I looking to make? Just 1%. Well, what is it offering me? At this moment, it's offering me 3.44%. Now, don't even get into the margin requirements, because if I was doing this on margin, it's going to cost me $900. And that's a lot less, which means I'd have a higher profit. Okay, so when you get to where I am, retired, okay, you got to figure out where your money's going to come from. So I'm kind of hoping some of you may think, you know what? That kind of makes sense. But it's always going to come down to a few very key, important questions. Most important question is, does it make sense? That's the big question. Does it make sense? Number two, do I like this stock? Number three, do I like this stock at this current price? And then it goes on and on with some other questions. But those are the big questions. Does it make sense? And do I like this company? Am I willing to buy and hold it until it hits my target? Well, the funny thing about that, am I willing to hold it long enough for it to hit my target? Do you understand what I just said? Am I willing to hold it long enough for it to hit my target? Well, if it's currently at $13.77, let's get this out of the way. If it's currently at $13.77 and I'm selling it for $13.50, it's already above the target that I'm looking for. It's just going to stay at $13.50 between now and Friday. And that's the big question. Can it do that? So I'm actually going to write that one down because, 3.4%, and the stock doesn't have to move at all. Nice. Nice. I like that one. All right, so that's Kohl's. Let's get out of that one. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. And then we got another question over here. Eric, what's everyone's top covered call pick for tomorrow? Don't know that one yet. Mark, good evening, James. Just in case you did not know, we received about 9 emails. I got to figure out how that email thing works because I got a list of about, I don't know, about 300 people I got to send an email out to. And it only allows me to do, not the whole list at once. I got to do in sections. So if I do section 1, then I do section 2. Well, when I do in section 2, does section 1 get the second one? And then by the time I'm on section 4, does section 1 get 4? And everyone, I'm going to have to call someone on that one because you're not the only one to say that. But yeah, it is an issue. I'll have to figure that one out. Okay, Eric wants to take a look at Airbnb.
Thank you.
Okay, hold that thought. Airbnb. A-B-N-B. A-B-N-B. Here we go. Interesting. Let's get out of this one. Right there, right there, right there. Okay. Interesting chart. Let's take a gander at it. You ready? High, low, was, is. Look at this. Up, sideways, up, down, up, down, up. Nice. I like that right there. Nice movement right there. So now my assumption is that Airbnb doesn't have 20 years of increased dividends. I don't even know if they have any. But he wants to take a look at it, so let's take a look. Now, the big number on the board, 125.10. There it is, 125.10. So if I'm looking at the 125, is that paying 190? All right, I'm getting a lot of static over here, you guys.
Still have practicals too.
Okay. Okay, mute. Okay. Eric, mute. Who else do we have? Okay, everybody's muted. All right. Sorry, guys, but the noise in the background. If you have a question, unmute yourself and just ask the question. But let's get back to what questions do we have? Okay. All right. So we're looking at Airbnb. Here we go. A year ago, we're at 115. Shoots up to 165, drops to 100, back up to 145, down to 120. Now we're at 125. Look at this area right there. Nice. The 125s, they go for 199. That's like 1.25%. If, of course, you like Airbnb. All right, well, let's take a look. What does it look like? Well, a year ago, 117.70. We topped out at the middle of February at 163.64. Well, we bottomed out in the second week of April at 99.88. And she shoots up, pulls back. Where are we? Nope, we need a little bit more. 15, 17, right there. So here's the last 30 days. And I don't know about you, but that paints a pretty solid picture. 30 days ago, we're at 138. We shoot up to 144, drop down, retrace, gaps down here, finds the bottom here at 118. Now we got that nice slow incline to where we are now at the moment. If, of course, you like Airbnb. But before we jump the gun, let's take a look at the seasonality. What does this thing normally do this time of year? Now, for those of you who don't know what a seasonality chart is, let me briefly explain. Way over here to the left is January 1st. Over here to the very far right is December 31st. The blue line represents the movement this year. The red line represents 10 years of average movement. So here's where we are now in the middle of August. This area here. Well, look at this right here. Well, let's zoom into that and see exactly what that looks like. So the blue dot right here, well, that represents Friday. So I want to click on that blue dot, left click, drag right. Okay? So here's where we are right now. Right here. So we're going to go down for about 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, about a week by this Friday. And then she's going to shoot up nicely. So it may not be a good play for today, or might jump into today and roll it forward next week. So take advantage of this nice fat premium over here. Okay, as she drops down, hold on to it, roll into it for another week, and maybe collect another 1 or 2%. I wouldn't know. I don't do Airbnb because they haven't been around long enough. I don't even know if they have dividends. All righty, what's next? All right, so let's take a look at the 125. Let's get rid of this. 125, one contract at the market. Here we go. Buy one, covered call, Airbnb, 22 August. That's this coming Friday. The 125 call option against the stock at the market to open. Here's my profit, 196. Here's my investment, 12,000. That doesn't sound good at all. Hold on. Let's get up to calculate, see what it sounds like. 196 divided by 12,304. A grand total of 1.59. Okay, 1.59 is not bad at all. Because if 1% a week is going to be 50% per year, well, 1.5 should be somewhere around 75% per year, maybe 80% per year. I don't know, depends on what you like. But the big question, do I like Airbnb enough to put some of my money into it? Okay, the target I'm looking at is the 125s. Okay, the stock right now is at 125.93. Well, of course, it's in a nice little area. Sounds good. The numbers look okay. 1.59, I can deal with that. Okay. Next, VChen wants to take a look at AEO, American Eagle Outfitters. Well, let's find out. Now, didn't they just jump really big like a couple of weeks ago? I don't know. AEO. Okay, here we go. AEO. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up. Well, now that's pretty easy. It's at $12.99 now. $12.99, $12.99, $12.99. The 13 is going for 50 cents. That's over 3%. Justin just sent me a message. Thanks, Justin. That's over 3% right there, the 13. So let's take a look. Does it sound right? Does it look right? Well, let's find out. A year ago, we're at 21.54. The high of the year was at the end of August. Now it's 22.83. Justin sent me another message. Sent me 2 messages, Justin? Cool beans. Or it could be second Justin. I don't know. The bottom of the year was in June, 927. Look at the movement from the bottom of the year to where we are now. Nice. 1350 was the high. Now we're at 13. But she's definitely in an upward trend. If you like this company. Well, let's go right here to the new bottom right there. Wait a minute. 30 days, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, right there. Here we go. Here's your last 30 days. It goes from 9.50 to 12. That's $3. Are you paying attention? Listen, from here to here, that's $3. That's a 30% increase. 30%. 30%, she pulls back. Now we're here at 10.50, shoots up to 13.50. That's another $3. Smidge below 30%. Okay? So here to here, 30%. Pulls back, another 30%. Pulls back right there. Now from 12 to 13, it's $1.50. That's a little over 11%. Okay? 30% pullback. 30% pullback. 15%. Okay? 30, 30, 15. Does it have more room than room? Of course it does. Do you like the 13s? Well, let's see what the 13s look like. One contract at 13. Market order for the day. Here it is. Buy one covered call AEO. 22 August, that's this coming Friday. The 13 call AEO at the market to open 41.50, $1,200. Let's find out. What does that sound? That sounds like a good one. All right, 41.50 divided by 12.59. Grand total of 3.2. I gotta write that one down. Wow, nice. Kohl's 3.5, AEO 3.2. That's not even including margin, because margin, you can double those numbers. Nice, nice. All right, so next. Got to get back to the beginning, back to where we were. All right, so what else we have over here? AEO, thanks, Chen, you got that one. Thanks, welcome. Oh, all right, Eric wants to take a look at Siri and then Hertz. Okay, Siri, then Hertz. Siri, S-I-R-I. Now, I do own some Siri, just in case you were wondering. Take a look at the motion. Top, bottom, look at this. Okay? Down, whoops. Down, up, down, up, down, up. It's at 2303. The 23s are going for 45. That's over 2%. If, of course, you like Siri. Now, I already own some Siri. And, well, let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, the high of the year, 36.40. That was last year. Now, we bottomed out the second week of April, 1866. Now, from 1866 here, she shoots up to 25. That's only $7. A $7 increase, okay? $7 increase on an $18 stock. It's like 40% maybe. No, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere in that area. She shoots up, pulls back. Okay? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Okay. What's happening here? You got two big days, Thursday and Friday. So let's zoom into that a little bit closer to see exactly what that looks like. Okay, here's 30 days ago. High, low was, is, look, it's up, down, up. Okay, so from 20 to 23.50, that's $3.50 on a $20 stock. Think about it. How much is that? Is that enough for you to jump in, out, and take your profits? Well, apparently it is. It went from here, and it shot up two big days, 21 to 22. That's almost an 8% right there. And then from 22 to 23.50 is almost another 8%. So that's like 16% right there in 3 days. That's a lot for 3 days on a $23 stock. Do you like it? Does it make sense? Is it something you want to buy and hold on to? They're all very good, valid questions. Look at the 30-day high, way up here. 30-day bottom, way down here. Now, we're here, right here at the moment. So from the bottom, top has plenty of room to keep on going if it wants to keep moving. So that's something we'll take a look at first thing tomorrow morning. Does it look like something that's going to keep moving? Mark wants to take a look at Hertz. HTZ. Ouch. Ouch, Mark. Did you hear that one? Look at this. Look at that big thingy there. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways, up, down, up, down. So Hertz is not, now I already own some Hertz, but not something I want to jump into yet. And I'm saying yet because do you see it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks going down. Eventually it will find the bottom. And when it does find the bottom, you need to ask yourself, do I like Hertz enough to jump in and buy it? All right, next. What do we have? All right, so we've done over here. Are you keeping your Hertz even though the premiums are getting very low? It's locking up some cash. Yeah, Mark, I understand that. It is he is right. It is locking up some cash. It looks, Mark, it looks as if they're actually doing the same thing as a couple others. 0, 0. So right now we're at 511. So I will sell some 550s and some 5s and then see if I can get out of this one. And I probably won't jump in it again. Because as soon as I start seeing these, 1 strike out, 0, 2 strikes out, 0, yeah, that doesn't make me a happy camper. Because if you're wrong, you got to have some kind of a premium here to make it halfway decent. Hold on, look at Dell for a second. Whoops, let's try this one more time. Okay, look at Dell. Current price 138. 138 is 276, 230, 185, 145, 118, 90, 170. All these premiums look pretty damn good. Okay, look at Energy Transfer. Whoops. Okay, Energy Transfer. 20000. AGNC. AGNC. 1 penny. 00000. Anytime I see a market maker that starts offering this crap, yeah, I don't even bother. And I feel bad about it because I used to love Energy Transfer. I used to love AGNC. And I used to love, what's that one we just looked at? I forget the one we just looked at. Siri. Okay, I used to love Siri. I used to love AGNC and Energy Transfer. But when the market maker starts doing this, yeah, it's off my list because it's not worth investing in. Because I like to have all the odds and probabilities in my favor. Okay? Intel, INTC. Same thing with Intel. Look at this. Look at the stock price is $24.50. 77, 61, 49, 20, 40, 40, 33, 23. I got 6 strikes out of the money and I'm still getting 1%. If, of course, I like Intel, which I do, and I do have some. So it's not always just the stock. It's not always just the chart. It's everything combined. Are they profitable? What is it doing now? Where's it going? Okay, what is the market maker offering? Is it enough money to be worth my while to jump in and buy it? Well, you know what I'm looking for. 1%. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, every week, 1%. That's all I'm looking for. Okay, I don't want to be greedy. There's an old saying that bears make money, bulls make money, but pigs get slaughtered. Don't want to be a pig. I want to share the wealth. I want 1%, and I'll pass along the rest of it to someone else, whoever wants it. What do we have over here? Hertz. Mark. But if you average is 750, and you said you want to get out of it, it's now at 512, you will lose a lot, won't you? No. Just because I say I want to get out, let's bring it back up again. No, that isn't it. Which one was it? Hertz, HTZ. Okay. Now, you mentioned something about your average is 750. All right, so the average is 750. Look what the 750 is going for. 0, 7, 0, the 650, 0, the 6, 0. So the only thing you got that's worth anything is the 5 or the 550. Well, you don't want to do the 5 because the price right now is 511. So you're in the money and you'd be losing. The 550 is only going to give you 5, but how often do you have to roll it at 550 to gain 5 cents every single week to make up the difference between the 750 and the current 550? Well, 750, 550, you have all that space right there. So what if I dollar cost average down? Okay, 750 and I bought it at 511. That would bring me somewhere around 650. Somewhere around 650. So with a dollar cost average at 650, it makes it easier to sell these 550s, 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents, until I finally earn enough money to get out of that situation. Sometimes you got to do that because I refuse to take a loss. I do. I got 4 losses this year. We're coming on week number 34. There's 52 weeks in a year, and tomorrow, actually today starts week number 34. It is what it is. All right. So that's everybody over here. Yep, I heard you. It's always going to be a numbers game. What did I buy it for? If I dollar cost average down, Eric wants to take a look at Schlumberger, SLB. SLB. Now, Schlumberger, if you didn't know, is a dividend king, which means they've been around for quite the while. Here we go. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, sideways, 32.99. The 33s are going for 58. Well, that's over 1.5%. If you like Schlumberger. Well, look at where we are. We're pretty low down here. Well, let's take a closer look. Okay, a year ago, we're at 45. The high of the year, we actually have a double high at 46.23 here and here. What is that? August and October, 46.23. Well, from there, we find the bottom the second week in April. Right there, 31.11. We'll take a look at that. The high, the low, where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, it looks like it's pulling back right there. So let's zoom in a little closer to see, does that make sense for us to jump into Schlumberger for tomorrow? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. So she's slowly coming back down again. See, here's the bottom here. I like 3 days to the upside. 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I want to jump in. So if the bottom is here, last Monday, Tuesday was higher, that's 1 day. Wednesday was higher, that's 2 days. Thursday pulled back, Friday pulled back. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the third update, which would be right about here. So as soon as she hits here, that's my entry to jump in. I don't have any Schlumberger at the moment, but do I want to? Well, at 33, because 32.99 is pretty close to 33. The 33s are going for 58 cents. That's a little bit less than 2%. If, of course, you like Schlumberger. It always comes down to that. Do I like this company? I don't know. Do I like it? All right, let's bring up the chair, answer some questions before we look at some more stocks. All right. Well, what do we have here? Tim Pirani wants to take a look at Mara. M-A-R-A. Well, I actually have some Mara. M-A-R-A. Interesting. Nice. Look at the movement. The highway over there, the bottom's right here. She shoots up, pulls back. What's going on here? Tim, what does that look like? Looks like we're trying to find a new bottom there, Tim. There was a bottom here, moved up slightly, and then she pulled back down here, making a new bottom on Thursday. So Friday is one day to the upside. So not quite there yet for Mara. Sorry, Tim. Noah, D-Dog. D-Dog? What the heck is D-Dog? Oh, interesting. Okay. Let me get out of that one. I want to look at 6. Here we go. That's better. Well, Datadog Incorporated. I never heard of them. What do they do? Look at the numbers. There's your bottom. There's your top. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. Looking for a new bottom right there. So not this week. Sorry. Hey, listen, what's your annual income? Hey, listen, ain't none of your business. I make plenty to live comfortably. How's that? Uh-oh, I gotta prove that I'm human. I always find it rather strange where people such as Heavy Burning seems to think my income has something to do with the numbers that I'm sharing. Well, either the numbers make sense or they don't. It's got nothing to do with my income. My income's got nothing to do with D-Dog being at 127.25. Nothing at all. Two totally separate things. All right, what do we have over here? What we have here. Oh, wow, I missed all these. Alrighty. Tick, Kid, Nick, Luke, Faith, good evening. Joe in Miami, how you doing? Brad, Oscar, Ellie, what's going on, Ellie? Kevin, how are you doing, Kevin? Dwayne, Frankie. Awful Madden plays. Yeah, we all looked at that one. Tesla doesn't have dividends. Sorry, dude. All right, XRP, nope. Fair. Hey, James, the Zoom link is Zoom link. Okay, we already fixed that. Uh-oh. Eric wants to take a look at LUV, which is LUV, Southwest Airlines. Hello from Panama in Central America. See you tomorrow in class. Good evening. V-Chen, you have a great night. Eric wants to take a look at LUV, which is Southwest Airlines. LUV. Ooh, look at this right here. That looks interesting. Let's get off my Kista and take a gander. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. Definitely in an upward trend. 3150, 3150, 56. Close to 2%, but not quite. Let's take a closer look. A year ago, we're sitting at 2650. Shoot on up, drop back down. Right there. Here's the bottom. We bottomed out at 2372 in the third week of April. But look at the run up. 2372 shoots up to 38. Before the big pullback, here's a new bottom here. Remember, I like 2 days to the upside off of a bottom. Well, let's see what that bottom looks like. Okay, here's your last 30 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Bottoms here, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. There you go right there. I would have jumped in on Friday, But I jumped into something else on Friday. So 3150. Let's see what 3150 looks like. Wait a second. What does Southwest Airlines usually look like this time of year? Well, now see, that just makes the whole thing look a little bit different. Here we are right here. This is Friday right there. So down in about a week, back up, and then sideways. Well, see, if I jump in now or tomorrow morning, then she dips, no big deal, because then she's going to retrace. So I'm just going to be right there. All right, not bad if I like Southwest Airlines, which I do. All right, 3150 right there. 3150 right there. One contract at the market. There we go. And here it is. Buy one covered call. LUV 100. That's the weeklies. 22 August 25. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. Okay. Well, the 3150 call option against the stock at the market to open. Well, 5850 is going to 3200. Well, let's see what those numbers look like. It was 5850 on a $3,200 investment. Well, that could be good. 5850 divided by the purchase price, 3092, gives me a grand total of 1.89. I'm going to write that one down. 1.89. All right, that works for me. All right, next. See, the interesting thing is I say I have 7 accounts. Well, one of my accounts got left with 2 positions. I had like 10, and 8 of them got taken away over the weekend. I'm looking at my accounts and, oh crap, I got to spend all that money again. What a tragedy. And all that money I got to spend. All right. So yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Who came up with that one? Eric, thank you. All right, let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Change this back to that. Go back to here. And, oh, I got to change that. Back to there. And here we go. I love this movement right here. Look at this. There's your 30-day bottom. And she's bouncing off. See, your 30-day high, way up here at 38. Drops down here to 29. Now she's moving up. Well, of course, that's a great place to be. Is it guaranteed it's going to keep going up? No. But it looks like it should, doesn't it? I like having the odds and probabilities in my favor. Okay, what else do we have? Jazzy, Charlotte, Trait, Mauricio, Mike in Love. How you doing there, Mike? Bo Doc. What's happening, Doc? Combo. Check the 5-year on BX. Okay. Combo. I don't look at the 5-year on anything. Seriously, I don't. BX. That's Baxter, isn't it? Or is that BlackRock? BX. Blackstone. Is that right? Blackstone. Okay. Here you go. Now, I'm not quite sure why you want me to look 5 years back. Because 5 years ago got absolutely nothing to do with yesterday or tomorrow. Okay, but here's 1 year. Okay. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Uh-oh. What's going on there? Let's check that out. Yeah, that don't look good. Here's your 30-day bottom. Shoots up, profit taking. Shoots up, profit taking. Starting to come back down again. So, no to Blackstone. Sorry. I don't care if what the 5-year looked like. Okay? She shot up. There was profit taking. Shot up again, profit taken again. So no. La 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 la. Di, how you doing, Di? Anix, Astro, what's going on? 67. I have no idea what 67 means, Astro. Which are the ones for dividends presently? Okay, Di, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Seriously, I do. Okay, Di, you ready for this? This is a EX dividend calendar. It's just a regular calendar. But this one, August 2025. That's this month. Okay, we're on the 17th, which is right here. So, Di, tomorrow there's 55, right here. See it? 55 companies paying a dividend tomorrow. 4, 8, 10, 14, 16, 19, 23, 27. It's like 27. Another 20 something, another 20 something, 36. That's a lot. That's over 100 companies paying out dividends just this week. So unfortunately, I can't really tell you which ones are which because I don't know a lot of these. Okay? Remember, I told you earlier, 10,340. 10,340 companies that we can invest in. Well, half of them don't have dividends. And the other half, well, maybe they're not profitable for at least 10 or 15 years. I'm looking for 20 years. Okay, so what do we have now? Did you block me on... Okay, can't find your profile. All right, Ben, that's a little disturbing. NVDY. Why the heck do we want to look at NVDY? Oh, shoot. I forgot to broadcast. Uh-oh, so we're missing 4 channels. Now we should be streaming on all those. All right, that works. Let's see if that's working. Okay. All righty, so we're having issues. Issues. All right, that one's working. All right, sorry about that. Had to get that thing working properly. All right. Sitchy, not Sitch. Richie, not Rich. Okay, NVDA. So why are we want to look at NVDA? I have no idea. Okay, so someone wants to take a look at NVDA, Richie Rich. NVDA. Now, remember I said I'm looking for certain things, all right? I'm looking for consistency of profitability and weekly options. So does NVD, what the hell is this one? NVDY. NVDY. Oh, no, I'm not even going to bother with this one. Sorry, dude. See this? September 19th, 17 October, 21 November, 16 January. Yeah, I don't do monthlies. Remember I said weekly options only? NVDY, monthly. Yeah, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Sorry. Okay. Weeklies only. So let's keep on keeping on. All right. Chris Gibson, how are you today? Vegas Nice wants to take a look at Apple AAPL. Now, I did have Apple last week, and it got called away from me. Well, that's what happens. That's what I want to happen. Okay? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, sideways, up, and then now down. Okay, look at the movement. This area right here. So let's zoom into that. Because believe it or not, even though I use this to give me some kind of idea, up, down, okay, just give me some idea of what it's been doing all year long. Well, that's months ago. All this is months ago. Okay, this is the area that's the most important. What is it doing now? Who's buying? Who's selling? Which direction is it going? That's important to me now. So let's take a look at the last 30 days. Okay, here's your last 30 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, down. So it's starting to come down now. Okay, I bought here at 204. Where's 204? Right about here, 204. But I bought months ago. Went up, down. Now she went up. There comes a point, if you do covered calls, yeah, you can make money every single week. But if you buy something here and it shoots up like this, you're not going to collect all of that. Granted, I only collect 2 or 3% on my Apple position, and somebody else got all of this. I didn't get that. Okay, covered call. I sold for 205. I bought it at 204, sold it at 205, made my 1 or 2% for the week. Fine. Somebody else got all that. I don't care. Remember? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I made 2 or 3% on that, so I'm okay with it. I shared the profits with whoever bought it from me. So at this moment in time, Vegas Nights, we hit the top last week. Now she's pulling back. So as much as I like Apple, I'll wait for it to come back down here again, somewhere in this area. Because when she jumps up like this, yeah, there's going to be profit taking, and then she comes back down again. Fine. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Apple on my list 2 weeks from today. So 2 weeks from today, we're going to take a look at Apple again. No sense looking at it today, tomorrow, or any time this week. It's not going to drop that fast. You know. If it does, I'm sure someone will say, hey, James, did you see Apple? The house business wants to take a look at Chevron. We're going to say no to Chevron this week. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Chevron. I do. But it only takes me 3 to 4 seconds to take a look at a chart. And let me show you what I found. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up. See this area right here? It's at a 30-day high. I don't buy in a 30-day high. Let's zoom in a little closer so you can actually see it. Okay? 30 days ago, here's your bottom. Shot up, pulled back, now she shot up again. I don't buy at the high. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, you make most of your money buying low and then selling high. Buy low, sell high. I've never heard it the other way around. Oh, Kyle wants to take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb, BMY. Oh, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. Look at this right here. Okay, 30 days ago, here's your high, drops, here's the bottom right there. Look at this. From 43 to 48. 43 to 48 is $5. $5 on a $43 stock is over 10, 11%. Do you think it could go more than 11? I don't know. I wouldn't take that risk because look at where your top is. Your top's right here. Well, we're here now. Here's the top. Yeah, that's a little too close for me. Don't get me wrong. I love Bristol Myers Squibb. It is on my list. It's not this week. Ooh, Z. Applied Materials. AMAT. Ouch. Going to be a no this week, but I want to keep a close eye on it. Okay, the reason being, look at this right here. We're going to zoom into that in a little bit. Okay, here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Big drop. Right there, big drop. So what's happening here? I love a big drop like this, especially on a good stock. And the reason being, okay, reason being is stocks have a tendency to fill gaps. You see this gap right here? Well, that gap filled right there. Okay? See? High, low, that, and then here. So this big, huge drop right here, depending on what happens tomorrow, it might be a good idea if I like 2 days to the upside. So Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, the 165 area. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So we'll keep our eye on that one. Oh, user 325574010812. Is SPY going to crash tomorrow? I'm going to tell you something that the great Bill Paxton once said. Don't know, don't care. I don't pay attention to the SPY. It's out of my price range, number one. And number two, it's not consistently profitable. If you take a good look at it and find out what the dividends are that have been paying, SPY ain't crashing. Thank Reza. Main squeeze lemonade. Reza, can you look at Target? Ooh, Target. Dividend king. Interesting. Not this week. Look what's going on there. What do you think? Down, up, down, up, down. So it's actually coming down at the moment. So no. Maybe in a week or so. Let's write Target down for next week. TGT. There we go. La 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 la. LECO. LECO. I've looked at that once before. LECO. Lincoln Electric Holdings. I don't do monthlies. No. No, no, no. Oh, Canadian Fitness. Canadian Fitness. Kroger. Now, believe it or not, I actually own some Kroger. I do. So, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down. What's going on with Kroger? Okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, gap down, 1 day up. So Kroger might be good sometime this week. So let's write Kroger down for this week. If she moves. 69.69. So the 70s would be going for 76, which is over 1%. So that does fit. But if your bottom's here, 1 day to the upside, either one of these is going to be 1 day. Because they're both higher than, because the bottom's here. That's higher and that's higher. So where is it actually going to go? What is the movement? Well, we'll take a look. Why you didn't sell more higher prices? Hayes, I'm not 100% sure exactly what you mean by that. I went against the grain. I went all in. I'm honestly so nervous I can't sleep anymore. So Washington Smith, I'm terribly sorry for that situation. One of the reasons why I do a very safe, boring. Seriously, this is boring as hell. 1%, really? That sucks if you think about it. But it's slow, boring, monotonous, profitable, consistent. I like profitable and consistent. Ooh, I forgot safe. So Hayes, you got to explain to me, why didn't you sell more higher prices? I have no idea what that means. Lumina. Ford. Lumina wants to take a look at Ford. Now, Ford was one of my favorite stocks a couple of years ago. Well, let's take a look at this. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Sideways, down, up, down, up. We're at 1144. The 1150s are going for 13. That's over 1%. If you like Ford at 1150. Oh, Jay Pez. I don't like any brick and mortar at any price. Who shops at Kohl's anymore? Press 1 in the chat. I have no idea what that means, but okay. So, do you like Ford? So let's zoom in. Here's your last 30 days, which looks a little awkward if you think about it. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. So it is 4 days to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can it continue going? Yeah, it could. But is it going to? And are you willing to take that shot? Well, $11.44 to own Ford. Ford's been around for over 100 years. The book value for Ford is a hell of a lot higher than that. So why the hell not do it? All right. Riz, hello. White Eagle wants to take a look at UPS. UPS. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, let's take a look at UPS. It's the high. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's definitely an upward trend at the moment. The bottom of the year was like last week. Well, I love the bottom of the year. I do. And it's UPS. Okay, look at this. It's the top. Here's the bottom. Up, down. It is definitely slowly going up. Very slowly. Look how slow it is. But it is still to the upside. 88.48. The 89s are going for 59 cents. So I'm going to say no to UPS, even though this looks awesome. This here, 88.48, means I'll be looking at the 89s, and the 89s are selling for 59 cents. That's a no. Sorry, I love UPS, I do. It just means no because the numbers aren't paying enough. Okay, I got some noise in the background. Who's got the noise in the background? Oh. All right. You got to watch the noise in the background. Sean wants to take a look at UnitedHealth, whatever it is, UNH. Let's try it one more time. UNH. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, guys, I have to mute Sean. He got noise in the background. Sorry, Sean. All right, UNH. Here we go. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. This is going to be a big fat no, only because that big, huge gap up. Okay. 30 days ago, we're here at 290. We dropped down here as the bottom. Nice slow progression here, and then a big gap up. So it goes from 270 to 304. That's a $30 gap. What do you think? You think there's going to be profit taken on Monday? I do. I wouldn't be jumping in on this one. I'd be taking profits. And there was a couple of people that did take these profits. See, here's your bottom here. 2 days to the upside, 1, 2. Third day would have been right here, Monday. See, bottom, 1, 2, third day up, which would be there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, boom. See, I like a 30-day bottom. I like 3 days to the upside on a 30-day bottom. Next. All right. K-Van. Hey, James, just download Think or Swim. The journey begins. Yes, it does. The disc goes to Keel N. I have no idea what that means. So, Jay Pez, I don't like any brick and mortar at any price. Well, good for you, Jay. Who shops at Kohl's anymore anyway? Well, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that do. JTM, good prices. Gotcha. Jen Pinsa. What if the stock drops to, say, 13? What do you do? Okay, so Jen Pinka or Pinsa, I don't know what that is. Here's my thought on that, okay? Rule number 1, never, ever, ever buy anything unless you understand it, willing to hold on to it, regardless of what happens. Through sickness and health, richer or poorer, good, bad, whatever. Okay? If the stock drops, well, that's all stocks do. Let's take a look at UNH for a second. Okay? You ready? Here we are right here, over 600. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all they do. If you're thinking, oh, my hair's a mess. If you're thinking a stock is going to do anything other than going down or going up, well, let me know. Because never, ever, ever has any stock come to my house to take the dog for a walk, wash the dishes, fold the laundry, empty the trash. No, they go up, they go down, that's it. Okay, you buy it at 13, can it go to 1 or 2? Yeah, it can. You buy it at 600, can it go all the way down to 250? Yes, it can. Because that's what they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Never buy anything you're not willing to hold on to. Good, bad, indifferent, ugly, high, low, whatever. That's all they do. They go up and they go down. If you're not ready to buy a stock and have it drop on you, you probably shouldn't be playing this game. Laurie, very blurry on TikTok. Very blurry on TikTok. I get 2 TikToks going. Which one is blurry? Yeah, this one looks like it might need a new camera. I don't know. We'll see. Noah, we already looked at D-Dog and it was a no. Crazy Man, we already looked at UPS. Carrillo wants to take a look at John Deere. John Deere is a dividend king, which means they have increased their profits for more than 5 decades consistently. But this doesn't look good right there. Or does it? That's an interesting question. Because to some people, it's not a good thing. For other people, maybe it is. Well, our high of the year is here. The bottom of the year is there. Look at the motion. up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on here? Look at the volume spike. Here's the average volume right here, average volume. Look at this spike right here. That's a huge volume spike. So let's take a look at that. Here's your last 30 days. Now, the reason why I'm looking at the last 30 days is because the last 30 days gives me an idea of where do I think it's going next. Hold tight for a second. So 30 days ago, we're at 505. We shoot up to 525. And then last Wednesday, we're at 510. And we drop all the way down to 470. There's your bottom right there, Thursday. Friday, 1 day to the upside. So Thursday's your bottom, Friday's 1 day up. Now I like 2 days up, and on the third day, which would be this Tuesday, if, of course, tomorrow's higher. So if tomorrow's higher, then Tuesday I'd be jumping in somewhere around 495, somewhere around there. If you like John Deere, of course. Okay, Milton, we already looked at UNH. Johnny Boy, Trinity, T-R-I-N. I have no idea who the hell that is. T-R-I-N. Trinity Capital. Okay, Johnny Boy. 19 September, 17 October. No. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just never work out. It just doesn't make sense to do monthlies for me because the numbers just don't work for me. Can you explain to me margins? New money, margin. Basically, what happens with margin is if you put in 100 grand, the broker's going to give 100 grand. So instead of having 100,000 to play with, you've got 200,000 to play with, but that is borrowed money. That means you're paying to borrow that money. So if you're paying to borrow that money, you better be right and you better be profitable. Because guess what? On margin, if the stock goes up $1, you make $2. If the stock goes down $2, you lose $4. Okay? So margin magnifies your position. If you're right, well, you're right. If you're wrong, well, you're wrong, you know. So I always tell people, never ever do margin unless you understand the risks involved. Now, I've been trading for over 30 years, so I don't mind doing margin because I consistently make over 1% a week, and that's over 50% per year. So if I'm paying 10 or 20% to borrow money, well, I better be making more than 10 or 20% so that I'm in a profit at the end of the year, which I usually am, but that works for me. So no to Trinity. Sorry. What's the catch on dividends for USOY? What the hell is USOY? USOY. USOY. I never heard of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is Defiance Oil Enhanced Options Income ETF USOY. So I'm going to look at historical data. Because the historical data, you know what, before I even do that, does USOY even have USOY? Monthly. Oh, hell no. I don't do monthlies. Monthlies just don't work. So USOY is going to be a no. What was the stock you just reviewed? USOY. New money. Thank you. Crazy Man. Joe American Eagle. I think it was. That was a while back. Previous tickers, ARO, AEO was that one. Okay, thanks, Joe. Blah, blah, blah. HRF. Captain Brian, please, what's the catch with USOY? Okay, Captain Brian, I don't do USOY. I mean, you just saw it right here. Okay, 19 September, 17 October, 19 December, 20 March. Yeah, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. J-O, what the hell is J-O? That's a no. K, Kellogg's? Yeah, Kellogg's. No, monthly. I don't do monthlies. K-O, Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola is a weekly. Coca-Cola is a dividend king. They've been in business since the 1840s. Or is it the 1880s? One of those. But a long time. Okay, but I usually don't do Coca-Cola. The reason being, the big number on the board, 69.92. So I'll be looking at the 70s, and the 70s are paying 60 cents. Was that 0.8? Sorry, Coca-Cola numbers usually never work. I think I bought Coca-Cola twice in 20 years. Twice in 20 years. All right, let's see what we have for questions over here. Questions. ETF, maybe. INDV. What is INDV? Zbeck. Buy it fast. Zbeck, never even heard of it. UNH. INDV. What the hell is that? INDV. INDV. Hell no. Satellite issue. You got to give me the ticker symbol. I don't know that one. Zbeck. Never heard of it. And I don't do that when people say that kind of stuff. Hello. It's Ben said. Ben, how are you doing? Jump in Kohl's was a meme stock buying that day. Up, down, up. Please stop. Hey! It's Chris 1234. Oh, you're back again. How lovely. Please explain the risks of covered calls. Okay, here's the risk of covered calls. When you're buying a covered call, you run the risk of the earth opening up and swallowing the company you just bought. So let's take a look at Coca-Cola for a second. The risk of doing a covered call on Coca-Cola is, you ready? There could be an earthquake on every single continent on the planet and swallow up every single Coca-Cola company there is. Every single Coca-Cola bottling machine, every single vending machine, every single t-shirt that's red with the white says Coca-Cola on it, everything associated with Coca-Cola can be swallowed up by an earthquake tomorrow. How's that, Chris? Does that work for you? The risk of covered calls is you buy a stock, you own it, you can do whatever you want. A covered call means you're buying something and you sell it to someone else for a certain price by a certain date. What's the risk? Well, the stocks could go down, but why would you buy the stock in the first place if you didn't know it had a chance of going down? So what's the risk? It's the same risk as every stock that you buy. It's the same risk as anything you buy. Anything. There's risk everywhere. So Chris, I'm not quite Rick Chris 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to get it right. Okay, you got to be more explicit on what do you mean the risk of a covered call. Oh, here's a risk. If I buy it here at 12, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 12, and it jumps up to 23. I stepped on the cord. That's never a good thing. So, as I was saying, let me get this thing right here. Signal detecting, there it is. So if I buy it at 12, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 12, and I make my little premium, I collect the premium. What if she shoots way up here? Well, I collected my little premium, but somebody else collected this. Okay, there's another risk. What's another risk? Here's another risk. Possible, could happen. You could buy this company and then go outside and get run over by a bus. There's a risk to buying that there too. Guess what? You can also, Chris 1, 2, 3, 4, you can also buy this stock right here, and then you have that scenario where the computer comes alive and eats you. That risk you talking about, Chris? Like, I don't even know why I even bother talking to you. You don't come up with anything solid. You just give me this crap, whatever, floating around your head. What happens if the stock's 20%? Please explain. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, so Mr. Chris 1234 wants me to explain to you that if a stock is at 600 and drops all the way down to 250, the world's going to end. Is that what you want to hear, Chris? Because stocks go up, stocks go down. That's all they do. If you're not ready to play a game where stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down, you shouldn't be playing this game. Because it is a scenario that could happen and will happen. Just because you buy something, there's no guarantee that it's going to go up. Also, if you're one of those people who buy something and automatically goes down, give me a call. Let me know what you're buying so I don't buy the same thing. It doesn't work that way. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. That's it. Never, ever, ever buy something you don't understand. And what I mean by understand, you should know what the 52-week high is. You should know what the 52-week low is. You should know if it has dividends. You should know if it has options. You should know a good idea of what usually happens in that stock if you're going to put your real money into it. So that's about all the entertainment I'm going to give you, Chris. Zach and Jazz, could you help me with college tuition? Sure, why not? What if it goes lower? You're almost there. Well, whatever. Shoot. What if you buy the call at a higher value, but not at a loss? Okay, number one, shoot, I don't buy options. I do not buy options. Okay, 80% of all options expire worthless, so I don't buy them. I sell them because I look forward to 80% of them expiring worthless. I want to be on the 80% side of that equation. Shoot, what if you buy, okay, right there, no, let's keep on going. Rasta Lives. Ooh, Bo wants to take a look at MDLZ, Mondelēz. MDLZ. Interesting. Right, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, 62.08, the 62s are going for 70. That's over 1%. That's fits if you like Mondelēz. All right, well, let's take a look. A year ago, we're at 70. And then she jumps up to 76. And guess what? She dropped below 20% because Chris 1234 wants to let you know stocks can drop 20%. But what happens when they drop 20%? Usually, they usually bounce right back up again. And then what happens? Oh, they drop again. And then when they drop again, they turn around and start going back up again. That's all they do. They go up until they're done, and then they go down until they're done. Last 30 days. Here we go. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Up, down. Now it's going back up again. Very slowly, but it is going up from the bottom right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days to the upside. Argue all you want. With more than a 20% drop, and then she went up. But do you like Mondelēz? Mondelēz, whatever it is. Are you willing to buy it and hold it until it hits your target? Well, if it's at 62.08, me personally, I do the 62s because the 62s are paying 70 cents. So let's see what the 62 look like. So here's the thing. If the stock goes up from 62.08, I win. If the stock doesn't move at all and just goes sideways, guess what? I win again. Third, if the stock goes down, well, I'm looking at a new bottom. That's a risk that I have to think about. Can it go lower? Yes, it can. How much lower can it go? Goes as low as it can go until it's done going down. That's all they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Regardless of what Chris123 says. There's always going to be haters out there. Haters hate because they hate. And Chris is one of them. Thank you, Chris. Anyway, the bottom is here. Argue all you want. That's the bottom right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days to the upside from the bottom. So the bottom of what? Is that the bottom of the year or what is it? Nope, it's not the bottom of the year. Bottom of the year is right here, 54. Okay, she shoots up, pulls back. Now we're at the bottom of the last 90 days. Okay, are you okay with that? Do you like Mondelēz? That's a big question. Okay, next. LML. Do we like QQQI from a young person to hold for 20 years? Okay. No one else is going to tell them I will. QQQI. Now, who said this one? LML. I have no idea what LML means. Okay, so here we are right now. NEOS NASDAQ 100 High Income ETF QQQI. Let's take a look at historical data. Now, the reason why I want to look at historical data because I'm a numbers person. I want to know over the last 20 years, has this electronically traded fund actually been profitable? Well, let's find out. Electronically traded fund, ETF. Okay, I've seen enough of those Terminator movies. I've even seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't trust computers as far as I can throw them. All right, so historical prices. I want to click that and go to dividends only. Then I want to come over to here and I want to see the maximum amount. I want to see all of them. I want to see every dividend this entity has paid. Wait a second. What's going on there? Maximum. That's it? February 2024? What is this thing? It's like a year and a half old. Why are you putting your money into something that's only a year and a half old? Hold on. It actually gets a little worse. Hold on a second. Now, for those you don't know, a dividend is a portion of the profits that the company or the entity, ETF, the entity gives to the investors. Kind of like an enticement to keep you holding on to the stock or to buy more stock. They're going to share the profits with you. That's exactly what a dividend is. Sharing of profits. So, hypothetically speaking, every dividend should be higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Correct? All right. So, 59, 60, 58, that's going backwards. Sorry, but I do know. I didn't go to college. I admit that. I'm terribly sorry for misleading you if you thought I did. But 59 to 60, that's going higher. That's a good thing. 60 to 58, that's going backwards. No. Okay, hold on. 61, 62, 61, backwards twice. 64, 60, backwards 3 times. 61, 61, 62, 62. 61, 4 times 58, 5 times 53, 6 times 63, 62, 7. 7 times. Okay, this thing's a year and a half old. 7. How many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 7 out of 18 times, this thing went backwards. So, my humble opinion, QQQI, no. It's not consistently profitable, number one. Number two, it's not even 2 years old. Now, I shouldn't say anything about that because the company that I'm getting ready to start in January, first of the year, okay, it'll be 0 years old. But I'm guaranteeing 20% in case you're interested. Do we like QQQ for a young person home for 20 years? Yeah, no. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. If you think it's a good investment, go ahead. Oh, Chris again. Please start asking questions about risk. Okay, here's risk. How many people think risk is a good thing or a bad thing? Without risk, there is no reward. Alrighty. Chat, he doesn't answer questions. Okay, don't know why you say that one. Spaghetti. Why are commodities going up? Raw materials. Look at it this way. Why are commodities going up? Well, let me see if I can explain it to you in a manner in which you might be able to understand. Okay? When old Humpty Dumpty decided to increase tariffs on everything, well, means people aren't going to be importing so much because they don't want to pay the high prices of those tariffs. So great. What do you think is going to happen? People are going to start making stuff in the United States. Well, what do you use when you make stuff? Raw materials. What is raw materials? Commodities. Sugar, wood, concrete, sand, oil, gas. Anything that you need in order to make something is a raw material, also known as a commodity. That's why they're going up, more than likely. But an FX trader for 12 years, interested in doing this. Is it hard to learn? Golf Guy 78. Okay, the strategy I'm teaching you right now for free was created for my 9-year-old daughter. 9 years old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. LMN, I don't know. He's never answered a question I've posted. Well, you got to answer ask a Scott, thanks for that. You got to ask a better question. Joe, didn't we look at Walmart a little while ago? I think we did. This guy is going to get people hurt. Oh my God, Chris. I'm just going to delete you. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything else. You know, nothing good to say, don't say anything. Ooh, okay. Brubaker. Okay, what do I think of ICU? Intensive care unit? I don't know. ICU. Do you see me? I see you. Ooh, wait a second. I see you. I don't think that's what he's talking about, but let's go to here. Oh, check that out. ICU has no dividends in this time period. Sorry. How about SLB? That'd be Schlumberger. We looked at a little while ago. Spy calls for next week. So, Joseph, we went over this a little earlier. Number one, I don't do spiders. SPY. Let me show you why I don't like the spiders. Okay, so here are the dividends for the spiders. I'm going to go back 20 years. Okay, which is 2005. So let's go all the way back to 2005, right here. Okay, now I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to do a bunch until you get the point of what I'm trying to say. Okay, if a company is profitable, even an index, if it's consistently profitable, which means the numbers should get higher and higher and higher. Should. Okay. March 18th, 2025, 46, 48, 52, 67. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in a row, went up. 51, backwards. 55, 57, 79, 55, backwards. 65, 71, 72, 77. . is it? 77, 77, 77. Right there, 77. Okay. 64, that's 3 times. 66, 69. 56, that's 4 times. 5 times. 6 times. 7 times. Not consistently profitable. Why would you invest in a company or an entity that's not consistently profitable? Hold on a second. Let me show you something. What do I mean by consistently profitable? Let's go back to 2005, right here. Okay, you ready? 2005. This is Microsoft. You ready? 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Every single year, the number got higher and higher and higher. That is what is consistent profitability looks like. All right, what do we have here? CLRO. I bought it for 12. Now it's at 4. CLR. What the heck is CLRO? CLRO. Oh, hell no. All right. Unfortunately, there are no options. Okay. I only have 2 criteria. 1, consistency of profitability. 2, weekly options. Oh, look at this. We have another turd for the day. Mr. Wales, OMG, you talk a lot and say absolutely nothing. Your grift is insane. Now, I'm understanding the word grift as in what I'm trying to sell you is insane. I'm not trying to sell anything. And you, my friend, have not been paying attention. All right. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Mr. Wales, yeah, right. Energy transfer. Sam, we looked at energy transfer a little while ago. Remember I told you I don't like energy transfer, and the reason I don't like it? Okay, zeros. Offering a bunch of zeros here. Anytime you're looking at a stock in order to, if you're going to do covered calls on them, how much are you going to make? Well, you have to take into consideration, what if the stock goes down? If the stock goes down, you're going to be 1 or 2 strikes out of the money. So is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be worth it to buy? Well, look at this. 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 8. Well, the stock's at 17. 8 is 0.5%. 2 is ridiculous, and zeros are non-existent. So it's always going to depend on what are they offering. Okay, Sam? I don't like, there's a few of them. Energy transfer is one, AGNC is another, and there's a few others. Microsoft Prince, you're right. ARB. What is ARB? Sounds familiar. Arbor? Is that right? Arbor Realty, isn't that it? ARB, no options. That's going to be a no. Right off the bat, it's going to be a no. Sorry. Strike yo. Hey, listen, what's your annual income? Your camera's backwards. Thank you. When you make a trade, does the stock and option purchase happen simultaneously? No. You buy the stock first and then you sell the option. Now, when you do a covered call, you're buying the stock and selling the option. Well, it's almost instantaneous. Almost. But you got to buy the stock first. Open your opinion, please. Open. Oh, Open. That's a different stock, isn't it? OPEN. My opinion on Open. Well, if this thing is 50 cents a couple of weeks ago, how could it possibly have 2 decades of increased profits? I'm kind of curious. ARB, when. Oscar wants to take a look at when. W-E-N. W-E-N. What the hell is when? No, I don't do monthlies. Sorry. KEX. Never heard of them either. KEX. Nope. Don't do monthlies. Nope, nope, nope. Sorry, Oscar. What do you think about Upstart? Okay, Remar Carino, you got to give me the ticker symbol. Now, see, I'm pretty good with stocks that are consistently profitable for the last 2 decades. But you ask me a stock that doesn't fit the criteria, I have no idea. AG. 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 What is AG? AG. Interesting. First Majestic. Never heard of them. Why have I never heard of AG? AG. Let's put AG into Yahoo Finance and find out what we're looking at. Oh, imagine that. All the way back to 1990. Wait a second. Hold on. 2021. 0.005. That's like a half a cent. A half a cent. 6. Half a cent. 8. 6. 6. 6. 5. 5. There's no increase in there whatsoever. I'm going to say no to this one. Sorry. Number 1, it's like 3 or 4 years old. Number 2, there's no increase in the dividends whatsoever. So, DT 1989-13, yeah, no. Oh, thank you, Oscar. When is Wendy's? It's also a monthly optional stock, and I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. DT got assigned, I'm assuming. Do a CSP then. Oh, yeah, no. Sorry. What was that ticker? AG. Can you look at Microsoft? Prince, yeah, let's take a look at Microsoft. MSFT. Interesting. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Sideways, down, up, down. Not quite the time to jump into Microsoft if you like Microsoft. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. What do you think? Here's your top, here's your bottom, sideways, up, down, sideways. Not a lot of movement. But what is it telling you? It's just going sideways for the last 2 weeks. Until she moves, it doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, you do like it. Because the 520s, see, right now it's at 520. And the 520s are going for 505. Not quite 1%. So, no. Sorry. Doing a put on. Good for you. Can you look at AG? Already looked at AG. When? Already looked at when? What's your options trade? I saw you had the chain up. All depends on which stock we're looking at. He's doing covered calls, thank you. Bulldog Mike, I run diagonals. Cool, love diagonals. Xerox, ooh, shoot, Xerox. What is Xerox? It's a ticker symbol. I don't know off the top of my head. I wonder if this is real. He doesn't read messages. Okay. Now, I'd like to be the, is that DT 1989-13? I don't read messages. Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 screens have messages. I got 4 or 5 screens down here below. I have no idea how to get to those messages. So the messages down here I don't read, but all of these I do. And believe it or not, There's a whole bunch of people here, and no, I cannot read each and every question when they pop up. I get to them whenever I can. Look at me, CLRO. What the heck is CLRO? CLRO. Hell no. No options, no thank you. Sorry, dude. XRP is not a dividend stock. Yvonne, what are we looking at here? Investing for dividend investing for weekly cash flow. Can you list 5 stocks you are invested in? Sure. Harley Davidson, Intel, Hertz, Macy's, Alcoa. Yeah. All right. It can be an individual gambling. All right, Jim. Thank you for that. Sweet Dan from gambling. Pepsi. Ooh, Pepsi. Dividend King. Ooh, no. Isn't that weird? Now, we were following Pepsi for quite a while. We watched Pepsi drop here, do this, drop again, waiting to find the bottom here. Finally found the bottom. Now she's shooting up here. Well, look at this here. Don't get me wrong. I love Pepsi. I do. But I don't buy anything at the high. Okay? Here's your 30 days. Here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Sideways down, up. If you like it, fine. You do it. I don't buy at the 30-day high. Okay? She went from 138 to 151. 38, 40. It's 10, 13, 14, 15 bucks, which is 12%. That's a 12% increase right there. Yeah, no thank you. Anything over 10, I jump out. That's over 12. Okay, look at me. CLRO, we already looked at that. Risk is good. You're absolutely right. Risk is good. Without risk, there would be no reward. With no risk, there is no reward. So what's the sense of playing if there's nothing to play for? Cable One. Joe Berman, how are you doing? Can you list 5 stocks you've invested? Yes, I've already done that. Dia. What the heck is Dia? DHAI. Uh-oh, I missed all those. Where are we? Kroger, Texas Instruments, Kroger. There it is right there. Wes B, DHAI. What the heck is DHAI? DHAI. Die Holdings. Hell no. Okay, we already looked at Open. We already looked at Pepsi. We already looked at Kroger. You looking at stocks? Absolutely. What are your top prospects for Monday's stock picks? User Ed, how are you doing today? Can you look at XERS? What the heck is XERS? XERS. How about no? I don't do monthlies. Sorry. Ooh, Wavelength, Xterra, NEE, Xterra. Here you go. Ooh, big jump. Sorry, dude, this has got a pullback name all over it. Let's zoom in and I'll show you. Don't even have to look at the rest of it. Look at that big jump. Okay, here's your top, finds the bottom, nice trend there. Big jump here. With a jump this big, more than likely, not guaranteed, but more than likely there'll be a little bit of a pullback tomorrow. And Canadian Fitness wants to take a look at Kroger. Kroger. Holy crap, it's past 11. I'm done. Yeah, Kroger jumped down here. Let's take a look. Ooh, I like that. Now, we looked at Kroger earlier. Look at this gap. That gap is going to fill. Soon as you get 2 days to the upside, here's the bottom, 2 days to the upside, then she should shoot up past that. All right, so it's past 11. I'm going to answer questions, and then I'm going to be done. Okay, look at me. CLRO, we looked at it already. It was a no. Okay, ask once. Who? I heard tomorrow. Bridges will be up, elevators down, and paper mill. All right, that's pretty lame. Zim, integrated Silly Billy, have to take a look at it tomorrow. Cool Arrow, tomorrow. Jim, like roulette, pay the 12 and 24 black and red. Okay, what's your plan for Home Depot earnings? Sammy will take a look at it tomorrow. Jim, Microsoft is consistent. I like that one. Look at me, Claire one, got it. 36, Kroger, MD, ADM, Advanced, no, Archer Daniel Midland, like that one. What's your big plan for Home Depot headed into warning? Stay away from it. And Archer, wait a minute, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices is supposed to be making processors in Texas. Cool. Williams Company of interest, WMB. Yeah, but it's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. SPG, I have to look at it tomorrow. SOXL, have to look at it tomorrow. Why don't you do monthlies? Silly Billy, let me see if I can explain it to you as simple as I can. You ready? Monthlies. Monthly, 12 months. Weekly, 52. So the question would be, if I'm getting 1 to 2% for each option trade I do, 12 would be 12 to 24%. Weekly, 52 would be 50 to 100%. So the question is, do you like 50 to 100% or do you like 12 to 24? That's number one. Second, trying to figure out where stock's going to be in 30 days is not as easy as you think. 5 days is challenging enough, but 30 days, very challenging. So I just don't like monthlies. They just don't pay enough. Can't see the whole screen. Oops, right there. Okay, that should be better right there. Can you look at SOXL? I'll have to look at tomorrow. Top 3 for a hold. I wouldn't know what to tell you because I don't know anything about you. WMB, ooh, that you have do many screens. Probably I do. Realty income. Rude, we'll have to take a look at it tomorrow. Later, man. Thank you, Jim. Have a good night. All right, Canadian Fitness. We already looked at Kroger. MOH, the next United Healthcare. Maybe. Root tomorrow. BTCM tomorrow. Tomorrow. Sammy, tomorrow. Thank you for your time. You're welcome. Thank you. Why do you not sell cash secured puts? Okay, Y clip or YO clip? I didn't say I didn't. Okay, I do, just not as often as you'd like me to. Okay. Is this fake? Unfollow. He doesn't answer questions. Okay, thank you. Apple will close the gap. Probably will. Landscape exec. I'd like to know his net worth doing this type of trading. Why? Why is my net worth so important? Okay, now when you went to school, elementary school, did you ask your teacher what their net worth was? They were teaching you. So what does me teaching have anything to do with the amount of money or net worth that I have? An interesting question. What about Undo? Who the hell is Undo? Shoot, Xerox, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Okay, Apple usually, we already looked at UPS. How low will UPS go until it's done? Sold 2 Harley-Davidson options last week. Your thoughts on Harley? I love Harley-Davidson, I do. Okay, so D-Min LC, we'll take a look at tomorrow. Why? I always watch, and it seems you always do covered calls. Just curious. Okay, so YO clip, just to answer your question or to touch base on that. I know a lot of crap. I could go over everything I know, and it would lose about 80 to 90% of the people in the conversation. I give away one trading strategy for free. One. That's a covered call. And if you do it right, that's 1% a week. That's 50% per year. When is the last time anyone gave you advice that could make you 50% per year? What's up, Tony? Yeah. Yep. You see. Thank you. Prithapal Tour, UNH, where you looked at that one. Okay, Derek Kerr, Hood, Robin Hood, does not have dividends, I don't think. Definitely not 20 years worth. What about Cisco? We'll take a look at tomorrow. New Jersey 78, Mara, we already looked at it. Rivian has not been around for 20 years, and I don't even think they have dividends. Baxter, ooh, I love Baxter. Shoot, I like Xerox too. Are you a day trader? No, I am not. That's something to think about. Yes, it is. I tried day trading. No, thank you. Do you trade differently in other accounts? Yes, I do. I'm giving away for free this one trading strategy. Not asking for anything in return. Okay, just passing along the information. That's it. Jeff, RTX. Ooh, I like Raytheon. What do I think of Bitto? Ooh, we'll see. CMG. Isn't that Chipotle? CMG. Wild clip, appreciate the content. You're welcome. So, done. I'm done with everyone except for YouTube. And I'm not going to go through YouTube because some of these people, the numbers do lie. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I doubt it. What are your thoughts on Gunner's theory? Okay, never mind. Lord No Face. I'm new. I've been listening. What's the trade secret? Patience. Don't be greedy. Keep it simple, keep it safe, and don't buy anything you don't want to hold on to. Nickel, how do I find these weekly option companies? What's the specific jargon I should be looking for? Nickel Picker, you ready? CBOE, Chicago Board of Options Exchange, CBOE.com. You just go there. Weekly optionable stocks. That's it. Because the website, CBOE.com, has a little search bar. And in the search bar, you write weekly stock options. Michelle, what's up? All right, we're past 11 o'clock. I've done my 2.5 hours. You guys have a great night. All right, catch you guys again tomorrow. Steve, thank you for that. Can't wait for the hedge fund. I can't wait either. We had a meeting on it today, trying to figure out some ifs, ands, and buts and how people get compensated. That's always going to be a fun one. All right, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. And no. And now, done with you guys over here. And done with you guys right there. Josh. So those weekly searchers are the best search you can invest. Okay, Josh, it's always going to depend on what it is you're looking to do. Okay, me, I want weekly cash flow. I don't hide that whatsoever. That's my desire. Weekly cash flow. The only way I'm going to get it is to find something that trades on a weekly basis. Boom, 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 boom.